this is Simon Young from iJump. Welcome to Jump In, the iJump video podcast where we talk about social media, that is blogging, podcasting, social networking, virtual worlds, and who's doing it, how they're doing it, and how you can use it for your business or organisation. So last weekend, Saturday, the 15th of December, I got a chance to go to BarCamp, which is an UnConference. It's a technology-focused conference, unlike anything you've ever been to. And what it is, BarCamp is a chance for geeks to get together and discuss what they do. And unlike other conferences, there's no agenda as such. Each person who has something to share writes down on a piece of paper what they want to share, and it all gets put up on a whiteboard, and people choose what they're going to go and see. It's very much the wisdom of the crowds, which is a big, powerful meme happening at the moment, and it's also believing that the right content will meet the right audience at the right time. So it's a radically different way of doing conferences. It was very exciting because I'd written about it before, the concept of conferences for Marketing Magazine last year, but this was the first one I'd actually attended, and I've blogged about actually giving a presentation, or I say presentation because I didn't actually have anything prepared. Instead it was a discussion, and so it's a great metaphor for social media, which is why I'm mentioning it today. It was also a great example of what you can do even with an ordinary conference, because people were able to use technology to record the whole conference. I don't just mean a video was done. I did some video footage, but people were live blogging. Amanda from Shift, which is a web development company, a web design company, she was keeping blogs of every single session that she went to. People were photographing the event and uploading that all to a photo sharing service called Flickr. And the whole event, there was also what's called a back channel, and this is where it gets a little bit technical, even beyond my technical knowledge, but it did allow people to extend the value of the conference, because that back channel that was set up, which is basically a private website that people can log into, that carries on after the conference. So my session, for example, was about the future of marketing, and then if I'd had lots of links to offer, I could then put that on the forum, and all the people who had been part of that, or even the people who hadn't been part of my session, could then log in and continue the discussion, much like an email discussion group. But the most amazing thing about BarCamp Auckland 2007 is that it was organised by a 16-year-old. Just amazing. Ludwig Wendlich, I didn't actually ask him how to pronounce his name correctly, but Ludwig is a fantastic... Sorry, I've got a mosquito here. Anyway. Ludwig is an amazing guy, and I managed to come up to him after the conference, and just in typical journalist style, I asked him how he felt. So here he is. How do you feel?
I feel tired. I woke up at 6 this morning, and I was a bit buzzed out, and I had to make last minute changes to things, and then I didn't eat. Well, I forgot to eat, and then I got here, and then the security guards weren't here on time, and I was like, oh no. But I did get to eat a morning tea, and it was great, and I'd like to thank...
Did you get any lunch?
I did get lunch, yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
So that's good. But it was great. I think I expected 30 people when I thought of this idea, and then when the numbers kept growing, and each day 2 extra people would sign up, and I'd go to my friends at school there's 2 more people signed up to BarCamp, and it was so really exciting. And then we got a turn up of 75 people today.
Wow.
And some of them went, and more came during the day, so it was really a changing number thing.
Excellent.
But the day was really great. I'm really pleased with how it turned out, and there will be another one.
Excellent.
There will be another one.
In 30 seconds, how did this all start? I mean, how did you become the BarCamp
organiser of New Zealand.
Well, I'm not the BarCamp organiser of New Zealand. I did think
okay.
of this at the start of the year, and then it was the first BarCamp ever. But in Wellington and Christchurch, they beat me to it.
Oh, okay.
So they had, I think in the past month, they had a couple of ones there.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I'm one of the first in New Zealand. I'm the first in Auckland.
Oh, well.
But it was Erica O'Grady from America, who I've been talking to a lot. She got me really excited about conferences and stuff, and I really wanted to go, but I couldn't because I'm a student, so I'm studying and I don't have money. So I thought, why don't we have it here? We deserve it here. So let's have one. And
cool.
it started there, and now it's this. So
Awesome. You've done a fantastic job. It's been a great day.
Thank you.
So that's Ludwig Wendlich. Sorry, Ludwig, if I've got your pronunciation of your name wrong, but absolutely amazing. He took the template that had been set up for BarCamp overseas and just made it uniquely Auckland, found sponsors, and those sponsors all had people who attended. So it was really, why are we highlighting it here on Jump In? I think because this is the future of conferences, and B, this is a metaphor for social networking. It's instead of the expert speaker talking to the audience, it is the audience talking to the audience. That's exactly what's happening with podcasting. That's what's happening with blogging, and so you as a business communicator, you've got an opportunity to actually speak to your audience as equals, and maybe that's a role that you're not used to. Maybe this is going against your training, or just your training hasn't prepared you for this. That's okay, because this is all new. Everyone else is learning this stuff as well. So that is the thought that I will leave you with. Next week, for your holiday viewing, we're going to have Paul Reynolds, who many of you will be familiar with as the technology commentator on TV1's Breakfast Show. So he's next door to our office in Queen Street. So we were able to grab Paul for a couple of episodes and get his thoughts on blogging. He's a blogger himself, so we asked him, how do you do it? How do you find your voice? So looking forward to that next week. And in the meantime, have a very Merry Christmas from myself and Marie here at iJump. And you can subscribe to this podcast so you get it every single episode. Here, I'll give you some instructions, and away you go laughing. But in the meantime, have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week with Paul Reynolds from McGovern Online. This is Simon Young from iJump, and just reminding you to jump in. Jump In is part of the Blueberry Podcast Network. Find out more at blueberry.com.